It's good to be here. You know, it's a pleasure to be here in California. I didn't get too many votes out here in 2000 or 2004.
Mike, Jake practice Mike.
They won't even give me a microphone that works anymore.
This is going to kill my ex-wives and my widow. There you are, sir.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. You know, in California, there's a lot of liberals out here, a lot of Democrats. But there's a lot of good people out here, too, and that's the important thing to remember. You know, the polls aren't looking too good in the United States. Only 9% of Americans agree with the direction the U.S. has taken. This compares with 99% of Mexicans who agree with the direction of their country. I think that's because the ones that didn't agree already moved to Orange County. You know, education is very important to me, and my educational legacy will be known as the No Child Left Behind Act. You know, my wife, Laura, was an educator and a librarian. And a lot of people ask us, how do we meet? Because my wife's a librarian. You know, many Democrats are upset that the Republicans tried to run Sarah Palin for vice president, thinking they could get Hillary voters. You know, you can't replace Hillary with another woman. You know, Bill Clinton has already tried that. You know, after this historic election, the latest polls show that 73% of Americans view Senator Obama favorably. They may be a little confused because half of them were voting on American Idol. You know, after his defeat, Senator John McCain met with the evangelical Reverend Billy Graham, who's 89 years old. And the meeting went okay, but he got a little disoriented and he couldn't really know what was going on. But Billy Graham was fine. He was very sharp. You know, these last 8 years have had their challenges. Our economy has recently been poor, and things are only getting worse. For example, in January, I will no longer be receiving my government paycheck, and I will lose my privileges for government-provided transportation. But we have an issue in America. It's called terrorism. And terrorism is an act, you know, terrorism is an act committed by terrorists. And my administration is doing everything in its power to defeat terrorists at home and abroad. And we've chosen to do this unilaterally. You know, there's some people in this world who don't believe in freedom. And that's just wrong. It's been a difficult time for my administration. You know, I came into office, we had a small recession. And then we had a tax crisis. And then we had terrorist attacks. And then we had 2 hurricanes. And we had a war in Afghanistan, and we have a war in Iraq. We had a housing market collapse. We had a credit crisis. And then the credit crisis got worse. And now our economy is in the worst economic condition since the Great Depression. So things have not been easy for me. But I would like to remind the American people that the fundamentals of our economy are strong. My advisors tell me I'm not doing too good in the polls. My presidential approval rating is 26%. It's the lowest ever. But I would like to remind the American people that my fundamentals are strong. According to the latest poll, 10% of Americans are giving my administration's economic policy thumbs up. The other 90% are using a different finger. There was a rally for Barack Obama in Germany last week, and 100,000 people showed up. There were so many Germans shouting and screaming that France surrendered just in case. You know, last week I held a dinner for the President of Mexico, and I praised the Mexican people who come here to do the jobs that Americans do not want, as opposed to the people of India who do the jobs that we do want. As you know, this wonderful event is hosted by Dr. Vias, president of the Hosting Medical Association. Dr. Vias is a board-certified gynecologist, and the doctors worked tirelessly to get this meeting underway today. I was even told that she sent an email reminder to make sure everybody shows up. This is a historic occasion. It's for the first time that there's been a joint convention between the Southern California Medical Association and the Greater Los Angeles Medical Association. This shows that she is a uniter, not a divider like me, and can get people together from both sides. I would also like to recognize Dr. Raj Prasad, the president of the Indian Medical Association of Greater Los Angeles. You know, as people in the medical profession here, you must be in tune to the debate about taxing the rich. Being in this room that there are professionals in the high tax brackets, I'm reminded of the fact that high wage earners are not only plumbers. Well, I do think we have some gynecologists here in the room, though. Speaking of doctors, how many doctors does it take to screw in a light bulb? 3. 1 to find the bulb specialist, 1 to find the bulb installation specialist, and 1 to bill it all to Medicare. You know, Bill Clinton went to Barack Obama and he said that he would do anything to ensure that she becomes the Secretary of State, even remove his profile from eharmony.com. You know, Barack Obama is putting together a team to take over this administration. So far, he's got his mother-in-law moving into the White House, and he's also got Hillary Clinton ready to be Secretary of State. You know, I think Joe Biden was right. Within his first few months, he will be tested with hostile forces. You know, President-elect Obama is now looking for a White House dog. The search is on. In fact, do you realize that Obama is spending more time trying to find a White House dog than John McCain did trying to find a running mate? You know, according to recent reports, Bill Clinton has now become an advisor to Barack Obama. Bill Clinton is giving advice to Barack Obama. Do you know who is not happy about this? Michelle Obama. You know, according to a new post-election survey, people want Sarah Palin to run for president in 2012. She's getting thousands of calls every day asking her to run, and they're all from Democrats. Joe Biden is Barack Obama's running mate, and nothing says change like someone who's been in the Senate for 35 years. Speaking of change, have all of you here heard about the woman who had a recent sex change and then got pregnant? If you get a sex change operation to become a man, and then you find yourself pregnant, you may want to ask yourself how good the doctor was. I hope he hung on to the receipt. You know, after this election, I don't know how I'll be treated in the U.S., but at this point, I'm still the most powerful man in the world. If I'm not treated good in the U.S., or if I'm hounded here, I know that I have a friend in the people of India, you know, having supported the nuclear treaty which passed recently in the U.S. Senate. As you know, we have a new president coming up, President-elect Barack Obama. I made a telephone call to congratulate him, and it was a little confusing to me because he thanked me for all my work I did to get him elected. You know, a recent jobs report shows that recently 100,000 Americans lost their job. And in January, I will join this list. You know, I'm here to renew my friendship with the people of India and the Indian American doctors so that you can take care of me when I need a job in January of 2009. Once I'm out of office, I'm actually going to be a PA. I think that stands for Presidential Alumni. You know, I've been told that I'm more liked, I'm more loved, and I'm more popular in India than I am in the United States. It's not true. You know, recently Vice President Cheney has already found a new home in Dubai. Going to Dubai. And after the election, I may need to find a place to live in India. And this, my friends, is outsourcing at its best.